Yeah, I have no idea if any one of you is getting live. What's up, guys? There we go. Two peoples are live. Hello. That's me without the hoodie on, without anything on my head. See? Welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing? It's still raining out here, and the rain was supposed to stop at 8:45 Eastern actually. Now it is so yeah. H dot, hello. Hey to you. Good morning, good afternoon to you. We have Noah saying hello. I love your vids, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, at the moment, I was just at the park. I was just looking, but it's still raining and it's still runway 3-1 operations. So I decided, you know what? I never did that. So here you have Jens in in all his glory, right? So I'm debating a little bit of what the plans are, because there's still runway 3-1 operations over there. Even the winds are favoring the runway 4th, right? So I was expecting actually today runway 4, but I don't know if runway 4 is closed or what's going on there. So it's still runway 3-1, and it's still raining out here. So even with the rain supposed to stop in about, I would say, the next 20-30 minutes, I think it's not enough time. Even when I'm here at the location, I think it's not enough time to pull off a show, because like yesterday when I was walking out of that locations, they were already waiting for me to lock the gate, and they are open till 4:30, but they locked it right after me, and I left the park at around 4 o'clock, right? So let's see how this one goes. So I'm a little bit debating about if we should really take the show now on the road and go to some places where we would be able to pull off longer shows, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12-hour shows, maybe even more. Jens is plane spotting crazy, you know that, and that's what I'm thinking about at the moment. I'm pretty spontaneously, but I'm having this idea of doing this for quite some time, and I think now is the time to actually do it. So I know there is the banner up for the stream starting. I guess I put it up at 11 o'clock, but I don't think that the rain would actually give us enough time to do the show. And then with runway 3-1 operations, it's the visibility is not good at all. You don't even see the skyline. You don't see the city. It's very low visibility at the moment. So let's see, who do we have here? We have Ivan. Hello, Ivan. We have Benjamin. We have Noah, and we have H dot. We have our friend from Saudi Arabia who used my videos. I'm not happy about that. I send you a message as an answer. I want you to ask me before you do that, right? You know that. Yeah, so what's up, guys? What are you doing? What are you up to this morning? Just show up here to chat a little bit with you and to see if we can do something nice. Thank you for your likes at the moment. I'm stuck in my car. As I said, it's still raining out here, and yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Who do we have in the chat? Not many more people. H-Shot, what's up? What's up on your end? What's up on your end? PK, the rain is about to end. That's right. The rain is about to end, but then still, it's still raining, so I can't even work when it's drizzling, because my, when I soaked my equipment last time, my Mac was my computer, my laptop was spitting out a message saying, there's liquid detected in the USB-C ports, and to replace that computer would be a couple of $1,000s. And even when it would be still drizzling, I'm not setting it up. I'm not risking it. I'm just not ready yet to pull off live streams in rain. This is, or like in drizzle, because there's too much on the line. There's too much on the line. H-Dot, you're still. Oh yeah, you said it yesterday, right? You're still fighting the flu. That's I hope you feel better. It's a little bit scratchy here as well, so I hope I'm gonna stay okay. So, but hey, for you, feel better soon. I hope you're gonna be okay, right? Holger, hello Holger, moderator from Germany joining. Suit R10, can I use your videos, dear? Not meant to be. Not meant to be. It's not meant to be. When you read the descriptions, right? And this is, I think, what a lot of channels, what they do, right? It's clearly written in the description that unauthorized usage is not allowed. Is not permitted, because, I'm coming up here. I'm showing up here every single day, putting off a show, or putting on a show, and for someone just use my footage, and I'm not a big fan of it. So. Albert, good morning to you. It's a Jan's home today because of the rain. Planes coming over the house on 3-1. Yeah, it should be runway 4 actually today. Hallo Renate, Grüße nach Frankfurt. Schick uns ein bisschen Sonne, Renate. Yeah, should be runway 4. So I was preparing, although the thumbnail is runway 4, but it is, they still are using runway 3-1. So I think they're so stuck to 3-1 because this is what was happening for the past 2 weeks. But the wind is calm, so there isn't much wind. What would affect runway 3-1 negatively, I guess. So they just continue using it. So, but it's not it's not the greatest for the show either. And Emirates, they're about to leave in an hour or so. But we still have to wait until this whole thing stops. So the question is, what do we want to do? Do we want to continue in the park here in New York with these runway 3-1 conditions, or do we want to put the show on the road? Holger dropping 10 euro. Holger, thank you. It might be the gas money. Might be part of the gas money to go south. Thank you so much, Holger. I just have no idea if I can put it up on the screen here with my phone. I've never done that. But Holger dropping $10. Thank you so much. And we have Martha saying hello from Kiel. Grüße in den Norden. Hallo Martha. I hope you're doing fine. I was thinking about if there's some alarm going off here. I was thinking about if I should really go south and not wait anymore. Go home, pack my stuff, put gas in the car, and go south. H-Dot gifting 5 memberships. H-Dot, thank you so much. Amazing. We have Makesh saying hello from India. Hey Makesh. Janef, hallo Jens. Liebe Grüße aus Leipzig. Hallo Jan. Yeah, this is what I've been thinking about, right? You know what? Let's do a Q&A here. Try it. I think this just No, well, actually a QA. I was about to do a poll, but it doesn't work like that. What about Jens is packing up the car, put gas in it, and take the show on the road. Now let's finally do it. Let's finally do it because, for us here, as I said, they're gonna close down that location now at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and even when the sign shows 4:30, they're waiting for me to leave. And yesterday, just because they know me, they don't lock the gate. Otherwise, I would have to call police to let me out, even when when the sign is showing 4:30. So that's a little bit unfortunate. It doesn't give us enough time. That's the thing. It doesn't give us enough time because the airport basically wakes back up at 2:30, 2:45, when more international arrivals are coming in mostly from Europe, from the Middle East. And between 1 o'clock and 2:30, 2:45, that's a little bit of an issue. That's what we have. So I'm thinking about packing everything up. The car is already loaded with the equipment. That's right behind me. There's a lot of space, and might do a first stop in. What do you think? What do you think the first stop could be? Where do you think the first stop could be? Going south, I-95 all the way down. What do you think the first stop would be to be a to pull off a live stream? Philly, yeah. I was thinking about Philly. But Philly, I think, doesn't give us enough variety. I think the traffic is not juicy enough. I'm thinking about something that would give us an opportunity also to pull off a live stream. New York, Holger DC, you're going into the right direction, but it's going to be way more south. CNN headquarters is there. Newark, New Jersey, it's a good thing. I was looking a lot into Newark, actually, and I only live 20 minutes away from Newark, so Newark would be technically my home airport. The reason why I haven't streamed so far from Newark Airport is very simple. First of all, this airport is not spotter friendly at all, not at all. As soon as you show up at the parking garage and you have a camera or something else, they call the cops on you. If not the airport is doing it, security is doing it. They try to chase you away immediately. So from the north side, it's very restricted. And then you have on the other side, you have I-95 basically running in parallel to the airport fence. You can't stop there at all. On the other side, you have IKEA. But from IKEA at the fence, you can oversee a little bit the runway and maybe a little bit the cargo area. But there's so much grass in between between the road and stuff, that it's not a clear view by any means. So Newark would be a great destination to go and to do a few more live streams, but simply I think it is lacking opportunities there. So Newark is out of the game. Washington is something to consider. Dallas is okay, but I also think Dallas does not offer enough traffic for us to stream. And also Dallas is also, I think, a little bit sensitive to to the runway operations that we have there, right? They're spotter friendly. I think you can pull off a live stream there, but I think it's just not enough traffic there to make it interesting, and especially like for our channel. I can see it on my streaming software, how many people are live and how many people drop and gain when specific situations happen, right? And I think we need, especially our channel is currently growing and everything is going into the right direction, but it's a channel that needs a lot of traffic, that needs an airport that supports the traffic flow. It needs an airport that supports longer streams, and it needs an airport that maybe also supports a little bit night streams, to building also that audience, maybe Far East, thinking about Japan, right? Thinking about Singapore, thinking about all these countries in the Far East, which we usually don't cover during our morning hours here in New York. So Reagan Airport is something would work. The only thing with Reagan Airport, what I think, what I'm a little bit doubtful is almost the same, what we see at Reagan, I can just drive over to LaGuardia and, get a similar perspective. Similar planes, Spirit, Southwest, and all the good stuff. Get it also over in LaGuardia. So, for me, it's before I go to Washington Reagan Airport, I would go to LaGuardia. LaGuardia, I don't have any issues. LaGuardia, you can plane spot. There's even a park that is called Plainview Park. This is where I was pulling off my live stream last time. Hey Karen, good morning to you. And the only thing is that park during the night hours, I did not feel safe, not at all. And there's something else that keeps me from going there. You might have seen it on the stream from from the other live streamer here in New York. At night the rats are coming out. I'm not afraid of it. I just think it's gross. I think it's absolutely gross and disgusting when you have to deal with rats on that park, and they basically live right below you. Right below there are stones and everything, so they have room and space there to build their nest and whatever, and they come out right after sunset, and that's disgusting. And it's not just one, it's quite a few of them. The entire park is looking like that. And I didn't find a story. I did not discover that on the first time when we had a night stream. I was so excited for us to pull off a night stream. I discovered it the second time when I was there, when I canceled off the show here at JFK when it was so windy, and when I was driving over. One was actually approaching my beach cart where I had the equipment in, and the next thing what I saw was like I was chasing a rat away from my beach cart. It's disgusting. I'm not scared of him at all, so I don't scream, I don't freak out. I think it's just flat out disgusting. Orlando. I have never seen a live stream from Orlando. Might be a good opportunity from Orlando, but hey Niraj, hello to you. Could be maybe when there's a good opportunity, but what about now a few more people are coming in, so that's actually better. What about me driving down, and the next thing you will hear from me is from Atlanta, Georgia. What about that? There's a hotel. I need to stop anyhow then and find a hotel to sleep, and there is a hotel where you can go on the patio, and the apron is actually right in front of you. What about that? This is what's on my mind. To stop in Atlanta, to do a live stream from Atlanta, and then the next day to continue to Miami. And then, Prodigy, right? Atlanta would be nice, yeah. And then proceeding to Miami, because the weather in Miami is actually fine. When you look it up, Miami, that's now the time where you have the beautiful dry weather and the traffic. I looked up the data actually yesterday. Jens is a data-driven person, so lots of my decisions what I make are pretty much data-driven. This is why I was fighting with myself a little bit if I should now radar 24 on my computer. And I have like a gold subscription. You have access to a little bit more data, which works perfect for me. And there I could find a section where you could see the traffic, the amount of traffic in New York, in JFK. And on Monday, there was only 628 tracked flights. 628. The best weekend was, I think it was the Veterans Day weekend. This is where it peaked to over 800. So we're basically down over 200 flights between the Veterans Day weekend and Monday, roughly 200, plus minus a few, right? And then I looked up Miami, right? Miami is about the same at the moment, but we have better options there. We have a more stable weather. It's now the season where you have good weather until going into March, I would say. We can pull off longer streams and complete a different variety of aircraft. Lots of cargo aircraft. That's a good thing. We can see a lot of cargo aircraft there. We don't see currently here, well, some Atlas Air. Yesterday there was a Turkish Airlines flight coming in. Because there's a contract between Turkish Airlines and Atlas Air, so they have to provide that flight, right, from Liège. But at the moment, we don't see like any national. We barely see any Khalida. But then that's basically it. There are no other cargo airlines coming here. And in summertime, it was a little bit more of a variety. You know, there was a time, I think I shared the video, where we had national airlines, A330 cargo here at JFK. One time even we had Tampa cargo here. It's now Avianca cargo with a 330, but the call sign was Tampa cargo. Miami is a cargo hub. LATAM cargo, KLM cargo, 747. We saw that on Flight Radar. A lot of Avianca cargo, Atlas Air, left and right. Cargo. Even I think they're flying a lot at the moment for UPS and for FedEx. I think so. I'm not sure if the last DC-8 is still flying there between is it Peru and Miami. It was in January. I have to look it up. Then we have the last flying MD-10 from Top. I got that one pretty good, like a year ago. Top MD-10 from Santa Cruz, usually coming into Miami. So it's a complete different variety. Yes, it is American Airlines hub, but you can also see the other big carriers flying there. Qatar was taken off last night with a 350-1000. For instance, that was pretty nice. There might be, in between the landings and takeoffs, there might be a shorter period of silence, but we have here at JFK at the moment silence mostly between 1 o'clock and 2:30, 2:45 in the afternoon. I don't think that happens to that degree down there, and we might be a little bit flexible, maybe with Fort Lauderdale, maybe with Orlando. Not sure about Tampa. I used to live in Tampa. The airport is great, and I think also the airport is spotter friendly. Just the traffic isn't there. I'm not sure if this would work there. But I think Miami, 1.5, 2 weeks, maybe Miami. What about that? A complete change of scenery. Jens going back to t-shirts and not currently one hoodie. The second one is covering the equipment. 4 t-shirts, 4 of them. Back to t-shirt. What about that? Wouldn't be too bad. Hey Sarah, Sarah was sending a latte. Thank you so much, Sarah. Let me see what you guys are writing in the chat. Niraj is in Miami, has a major airlines from South America. That's the next thing, right? I love that. I'm a big Miami fan. I'm a big Miami fan, Florida fan. I always was. The first time I went to Miami for plane spotting was, oh my God, it was in the mid-90s. In the mid-90s, where American Airlines still operated the 727s there. Crazy time on runway 13, where that, you know, on the triangle of the runways 9 and 13, where there are holes in the fences from the airport actually, and it was a real sound experience. With lots of crazy airlines, Taka Peru with a 320. BA was flying in there with 747. So did Air France. One flight I actually did with Air France, 747-200 from Paris. I flew into Miami. I have lots of good memories. Only really good memories about Miami. So I'm a big fan of Miami. So I think you either hate it or you love it. There's nothing in between. But I think we can pull something off, even when we have in between the arrivals sometimes a little bit more of silence, but it's never going to be for too long, right? So let me see. Caravan Bus is saying no shortage of traffic at Atlanta, and I could pass off some water to you on I-95 to Miami for it. There we go, Caravan Bus. Just reach out to me on Insta. I might have to, or I can throw the anchor for 10 minutes for a cup of coffee with you. Maybe it works out. Just reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook, right? Lutz is in the house. Lutz with some fantastic catches today at Stuttgart. Ospreys. Dude, that's sick. Fantastic pictures. Thumbs up. Absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. Naomi saying, does Emirates have a hub in Atlanta? No. I think Emirates flies to Atlanta, but I have not specifically looked into it. Emirates, their main hub is of course Dubai, right? I don't think that they have a hub somewhere here. Do they actually co-chair with any airline, with any U.S. airline? Emirates? I'm not sure. I know in Germany they co-chair or they cooperate with Condor. Condor, they operate some flights to Dubai. But I'm not sure if Emirates is even cooperating to a certain degree with an airline here in the U.S. I don't know. I don't think so. And H-Shot is saying, I love freighter planes. So do I. So do I. I'm a big sucker for cargo planes. I love cargo planes. That's why you always hear me complaining, not enough cargo planes, and even Atlas left us and National left us. And I'm a big sucker for cargo planes because Jens also loves the older ones, the smokers, and even that there are no real smokers out there anymore. But going back to Miami, right? I think there's a complete different variety. Cargo X 321. I think they're flying to Cuba and some other places. I think there's still an MD. What is it? MD 82, MD 83 around from a Dominican airline. DHL, lots of DHL airlines aircrafts there as well. There's pretty good stuff. There's pretty good stuff out there. KLM Cargo flies in there. Cargolux flies in there regularly. So I just had one day. It was a Monday. That was pretty dull. There was almost nothing going on runway 9. Almost nothing going on runway 9. But let's see how this one goes. Dreambird, hello to you. Sarah is saying, go to Boston, rooftop for streaming. Sarah, that's a good point, and thank you for bringing this up. I was thinking about going to Boston, but the streams. Oh, what is this coming up here? A bear and leaves falling down. I never went live here on my phone. What is it? I never went live on my phone, so pretty new here. I was thinking about going to Boston, but the streams that I have seen so far from Boston, it's some building is always obstructing the runway view, and I don't know if it's I don't want to see Cape Air for 6, 7, 8 hours. I would like to see like the entire length of the runway with arrivals and departures, and not basically cut off halfway. Now, comparing this to Miami, I have an opportunity in Miami to cover arrivals from the ocean, where also like a building would cut it off. But at least, when we would have runway 9 operations, this would be unrestricted basically. Boston, I'm not sure. I'm you know, for me, like driving up 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours, depending on traffic, and then being restricted on the buildings, didn't I didn't like the previous streams too much. Um, yeah, don't know, don't know. I think also in terms of weather, we might be better off going south. You know, Sarah, I'm a big believer in where you can go by car, you shouldn't go anyhow as a live streamer. So, you know, we talked about that in our live stream a couple of times. I what I don't like too much is packing all this equipment in suitcases, and especially the battery situation. I have here my batteries, my you know, all my equipment, what makes me pretty flexible and independently operating from wherever I want. All I need at night is a charging stations for these batteries. I did fly to Miami in January for live streaming this year, and I had, I don't know how many these anchor battery packs where, you know, they fuel your computer, they fuel. I have a YOLO box, was streaming from that one, but I'm not a big fan of that device as well, because I believe in more like streaming from a computer, from a laptop, and broadcasting out from a computer. And I don't like the YOLO box too much for the mainstream. Maybe for something called behind the scenes or something, it might be still fine, or maybe for, you know, to feed into a second channel or something. Maybe maybe in the near future, but as long as Jens is a one-man show, Jens is busy enough with the main channel. So I love to put my equipment in a car. I love to live stream from the trunk of my car. I have a pickup, so it's so comfortable to have the equipment basically in the bed, in the truck bed. Run the cable out to your tripod and just do your thing. I think it's way more comfortable. That's why I love Chicago, the gravel pit, so much. You could literally just park there, reverse, like back up, open the trunk, or the, you know, the cargo gate, the bed gate, run out the cables to your tripod, and when everything is done, you push everything in, you go to the hotel, you drag everything in, charge it properly, then the next day you come back. So I love that a lot. So I don't like to put my equipment on airplanes, and then the airline is whatever delivering a bag later, and then you're there and you can't live stream because one important bag is missing, where something is in it what you need, because you only can go live when you have the entire equipment together. So I like to go places with my car and put my stuff in there, and then basically live stream from the car. I'm that kind of guy. I would, no joke, I would drive to Los Angeles. I'm that kind of guy. I would drive to Los Angeles. It just makes no sense. That's the other thing. That's why I don't do it. It makes no sense because it's Los Angeles. It would be like a 4 or 5 days ride by car. It makes absolutely no sense. But I'm that kind of guy. I don't mind driving. I like driving, actually. It's okay. But like on the East Coast, I think you're good off by car. Samira, Jens ist ein richtiger Knüttelbär. Samira, hello. Yeah, cool. How's it going, buddy? I'm doing good. Just thinking about, if you should take the show on the road. Basically starting today. It stopped raining, but not sure if they're still operating 3-1. If they're still operating 3-1, I'm upset with the airport. Then I have a personal problem with JFK Airport. Right. Niraj is saying so far to LA. No, LA is too far. It doesn't make any sense. When like, let's say when LA would be a 2 days drive, I would do it. But it's simply too far. It's simply too far. It doesn't make sense to go cross country via car. It doesn't make sense. Just the gas cost. It would be ridiculous. And this thing here is a V8, so there goes some more gas than that. If you have a hybrid, whatever it is. So, but it's gonna be my last V8 that I actually have. Let me see. And hello from Slovakia. Hey, hello to you. Yeah, so let's just confirm. They still operate out of 3-1 left. So I think I'm gonna go home. Even it stopped raining, I cancel off the show. I might pack my bags. Equipment is already in the car, so I just need to grab clothes. And you might hear from me next from Atlanta. What about that? How about Portsmouth, New Hampshire? Yeah, Sarah, we were just talking about it. You know, for live streaming, you need traffic. For live streaming, you need action. Not every airport works for live streaming, especially for our channel, for Planes and Friends. As soon as the traffic dies down, I can already see like how the viewers drop. And I mean, we're doing good. We are now pulling off like the first live streams where we have 1,000, 1,100. I think the most we have ever had in a live stream was it 1,300 or 1,400 or so. It was the most we have ever had. Like, for us being a small channel, that is humongous. That is something what I've never dreamt of, that it happens so fast. But it was an isolated event because of that emergency landing from American Airlines flight 3. But it means that we are capable to do it with only a subscriber count of 13,200 something, going towards 14,000, right? So for these kind of smaller channels, you know, the channels who have like 100, 300, 800,000 subscribers, they might be able to bridge like smaller gaps in traffic. But for our smaller ones, we need the airport action that happens, and to be able to actually deliver a live stream to the audience that also attracts more audience. And it is a difference if you run a big channel or if you run a small channel. It makes a huge difference, because like at a small channel, you have to think you have to plan even more properly than you have like a huge one. It's a difference. I can tell you, it's a difference. But I think with that decision, I think we might be better off, and also providing you a different airport. I think you guys get a little bit sick of JFK. I get sick of Runway 31 operations. I'll tell you how it is. I get sick now of Runway 31 operations because I'm not the biggest fan. We talked about that on the previous streams, because Runway 31 right is where the aircrafts are so far out that even in an A380, even a 777-300, even 340-600s, they are not full frame. Right? I mean, I zoom in all the way with 600 millimeters, what my lens is basically capable of. And I'm not also a big fan of zooming all the way in, because the image quality gets less. The picture gets more soft. It's usually these lenses on the higher end. They don't deliver the best quality anymore. But that's not the point. You don't even get like a 777-300. Or a 747-8 full frame into it, not even with a 600. And I'm sick of that, really. I'm sick of seeing these planes coming in at 3-1. But there is something what I want to share with you guys. Can I flip the phone? Look at this. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? How sweet is that? He said, hey, come over. I got food. I got food. Come over. This is so sweet. Sorry, guys. Fun moment. Yeah. So I got sick of 3-1 operations, because it's now happening for 2 weeks here. And even with northeastern winds, they still don't change back to 4. We need the force also to give you guys a different perspective of the airport. And you know that this is my favorite, with a backdrop with a skyline, and we are live almost every day, so we need a little bit of a variety in it. We might need a different airport we might need to see something else. So I think it's good for us to do it. I think it's good for the channel. I think it's good for all of you to get different perspectives, different pictures, different airlines, different liveries, something that we usually don't see here. So birdies, yes. Great. This thing was grabbing, I don't know what it is. And now there are 3 of them now out here. Are these seagulls? I think these are seagulls. Now they're picking of it. Yo, I think that's the plan. What do you guys think? Seagulls now arriving on runway 12. Yeah, right. What do you guys think? Is it something what you would support? If I go to Miami, I will go for 1.5 weeks. So that's not just a 3 days thing. So we're gonna be there for a while. We're gonna be there for a while. But if you decide to go overseas, Manchester, yeah, check it. Well, at the moment, maybe for Christmas, but I'm not sure. Well, as I said, it needs to make sense. I'm coming over for Christmas, that's for sure, but it might just be a few days to see my to see my parents. This is something what's on my mind. Also there, I'm not really sure if I should really take my equipment with me, the entire equipment. I mean, I might have by then a second tripod, which I might just leave in Germany, but then still the battery situation. So I might have to order one of these big battery boxes where you can plug in most of your equipment and be able to pull off a live stream like of a few hours. But here's the thing: when I go to Germany, I live nearby Stuttgart, Germany. Lutz knows. Trust Lutz. Lutz knows. Stuttgart is not an airport where you can do live streams. Stuttgart is not much going on. It's usually Eurowings, and when you think you have seen enough Eurowings, there's another Eurowings coming in. Eurowings belongs to Lufthansa. There's, especially around Christmas time, there is not much going on there. So it would be Frankfurt. Even Munich would be too quiet. It would be Frankfurt. That's a 2.5 hours ride by car. Let's see how this one goes. Sven is saying maybe LaGuardia. Yes, LaGuardia. We go back to LaGuardia, but we were just talking about it. We need something where we can pull off longer streams and where the weather is more stable. That's my biggest problem. Also, LaGuardia, they have the biggest aircraft you see at LaGuardia is a 321. A 321 Neo, whatever, 321. You see other liveries too, where Spirit Airlines is there, United Airlines flies in. But, you know, LaGuardia might give you the density of traffic that you were asking for, but we would basically need also runway 4 operations and takeoff, where they basically turn on the runway right in front of you. They stop on the runway, and this is where you can zoom in and see all the details of the engines, the landing gear, and all the kind of stuff. Right? It would be great. I haven't checked LaGuardia yet, but I think I made a decision to drive back to Jersey, to cancel off the stream for today, and put some clothes in the car, and we see each other the next time from Atlanta. What about that? Would be a great idea, huh? It's going to be a long drive. Atlanta usually, boy, I don't even know if I can make that in one shot. I might have to stop somewhere else to stay overnight. But I think that's the plan, to do a stream from Atlanta. And then from Atlanta, we're going to continue for Miami. And Miami will be like 1.5 to 2 weeks in Miami. And then you are sick of Miami. And then we go back up north in the cold, go back to the cold. Hopefully then there's no more runway 31 operations. Hopefully by then they have runway 4. But then we are still dealing with the shorter times in the parks. But When I would continue this right now with the channel, when I would deliver you the same view every single day with a limited window that we have, it wouldn't be good for the channel, and I would lose a lot of viewers from you, which I don't want to. I'm so grateful for each and everyone who is tuning in and showing up, saying hello, and was really active and helps us to grow and to bring the channel to a point where we would like to see the channel. And my goal is to have at the end of the year to be towards the 18,000 subscriber mark. Let's see if we can get this one hit. If we can go to that mark. For us, still subscribers matters, because subscribers, they also represent then a certain amount of new viewers, right? That basically watch the stream. Now, when you have over 100,000 subscribers, I think then the subscriber mark becomes more or less irrelevant. But for us, as a small one, they're still important. Alrighty, what is Chicky? What do you say? Won't love me as I love the community here. Oh no, come back. And yeah, and Emma Rose is gone too. She said, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this thing. She went up north. Completely crazy. How can we survive without Emma Rose? I mean, that's really something unique to the channel, right? So you can copy that one. That's simply also when you are on the other side of the airport. This is something so unique. I love. I even like when she was bothering us to a degree where I was so upset. When I was almost freaking out when she photobombed the lineup of the Emirates 380, the Destination Dubai livery. You see in the intro the Destination Dubai A380. That was the same day when I was trying to film the lineup of the same plane on runway 4. Beautiful day, a beautiful day. Blue skies, dry air, absolutely beautiful. And then she was like Destination Dubai, the 380 was just about to line up on runway 4, and Emma was passing by. Destroyed the whole thing. I was so upset. But sometimes it is like that. Sarah is saying maybe the Sarah D. Well, I haven't seen that one ever since, Sarah. I have no idea where this one went. So let's see. What else do we have? Remo, hey Remo. Sounds good. All right. I think then that's what we need to do. Changing scenery, changing climate. Jens going back to the t-shirts. And then I'm gonna see you guys. I think so. I'm gonna see you guys next in Atlanta. I think that's the plan. And we're gonna do a live stream from Atlanta. Hopefully Atlanta. There's one aircraft which what I really want to see. That's the 350 in the special livery from Delta, because we don't have a single A350 here at JFK. We have a bunch of 330s here from Delta. We have a million 767s from them in all variations, but we don't have a single 350 here at JFK. I think they just started to bring in that 330-900 with the Team USA livery into JFK a little bit more, but just lately. So I still wasn't lucky to get it, because we can only operate on a very small window here now during the winter season. Summer, gloves are off, baby. You other guys better get ready for the next summer season. It's gonna be cool. But during the winter season, we only can operate during a small window here. And days like today, where the winds would be perfect for 4, it's still raining, but I would like to see that 350, and I think it's a 100-year anniversary livery. I think you see it in Atlanta. Hopefully, maybe we are lucky. Maybe we are not. Then it's going to be somewhere else at some point. But let's see. And then it's not just only Delta flying in. Of course, it's the main Delta hub. It's the largest airport in the United States, Atlanta. But I think we also see signs and at least a change of scenery. All right. Is that a plan? Delta has many in Boston. Yes, there'll be also an hub for Delta, like in Boston, same as JetBlue. And I think that's what we're gonna do. All right, with that, I would say I'm gonna head back over to Jersey. Hey, Daniel. I'm just about to end the personal stream because I will then cancel the stream for today. I will cancel the stream for today. I will pack my stuff and drive down south. What about that? Huh? I think that's good. And then I think I will see you guys in Atlanta. I don't think it's gonna be tomorrow. I think it's gonna be, what is the day today? Is today Wednesday? I think today is Wednesday, right? I think it might be Friday then that I might go live from Atlanta and do a live stream there, and then I might proceed further then to Miami on Saturday or Sunday. Let's see how this one goes. All right, hit that like button. Carsten Kulka, hello. All right, so that's the plan. H. is saying not the right time at the moment, Jens, but how about Louisville next November for the holiday cargo traffic? I have never seen a stream from Louisville. If it makes sense, why not? If it makes sense, why not? There is also something similar in Germany. It's a DHL hub, big DHL hub. It's called Leipzig. Also, you see all the Antonovs, the 124, are currently based there from Antonov Airlines, because they used to be based in Kiev in the Ukraine with all that thing that's currently going on there. They are now based in Leipzig, these Antonovs 124, with maintenance and everything, with the crews and the whole thing. If Louisville makes sense, why not? It could also work out maybe for a pre-Christmas show or whatever, but I have no idea if there would be a place to actually do a live stream from there, and if there's enough traffic. UPS, it's a big UPS hub. Jens loves cargo, so it would work, but you know, I have no idea if there is an area where you can actually put up your tripod, have no fence in front of the lens. I don't like to film through fences. That's what threw me off actually at Philly a lot, that you have to, when you're outside of the airport, you always have to film through a lens, through a fence. It doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. But if it makes sense, why not? I'm open to, you know, to these ideas. Special events like these cargo hubs around Christmas, they are super busy, and if it makes sense, why not? Right? Driving south into Krispy Kreme. Oh my God, don't mention that one. I'm gonna buy a box and I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna get a sugar shock and I'm gonna pass out on the parking, like on a parking spot on the way down there. I love Krispy Kreme donuts, by the way. The plain one, I only love the plain ones. No fancy sprinkle, dinkle things on. Plain. The plain ones are a good cup of coffee. I think Arian, he knows, and it would be perfect, right? Let me see. Checky is saying, in the UK, it can be hard to find a good spot to stream Heathrow, but there are vendors. Well, there is a good spot at Heathrow. There's a fantastic spot at Heathrow. I was contacting that spot. I'm still waiting for a response, but I don't release what spot it is. But I need permission because it's private property. There is a fantastic spot. I think you can have actually a better spot than this specific one. Let's see how this one goes. Might be something for December, but you know, it needs some more fine tuning, and I need to hear back from you know, from them to see if it makes sense, if it works out. But as you might see, I'm planning a lot of things at the moment to bring a little bit more variety in, not just JFK. I mean, we are very privileged to call JFK our home. I mentioned that, and it's really fantastic. It might just be good for the channel right now to show you guys something else. What else do we have? Carsten, Jens fährt Richtung Süden, Atlanta, yes. That's what we plan. Catfish and hush puppies. Really? Scott is saying, show from your car today. Yes, right? So, absolutely. Enough space in there. That's for sure. Let's see, right? All right. Oh, good luck with Heathrow. There's so much traffic there. That's the point. Heathrow is phenomenal if you have the right spot for live streaming. Etihad 380. There's so many 380s there. Emirates. How many times a day is Emirates flying into Heathrow? 3, 4, 5 times. Mostly with destination Dubai. So you see a lot of destination Dubai at Heathrow. Not sure if the new Skywards livery, if they brought that one into Heathrow. But, I mean, Heathrow is so much traffic and so much really good traffic. They only have 2 runways where they operate, one for takeoff, one for landing. It's phenomenal. Heathrow, I think, for plane spotting, also for live streaming. You know, there's a big channel in Heathrow, and what he catches is mind-blowing. I love Heathrow traffic. It's absolutely fantastic, and that's indeed one of the airports where I want to pull off a live stream at one day. But it needs proper planning. You need to have the okays. You cannot just go there and put your tripod on, head and cross where they put in. Tell you, live streaming is different than if you take pictures. It's a whole different thing. You need a wider view of field of airport action, of the airplanes. Would be good if you have some aprons what you can mix in, right? It's a whole different thing between taking pictures, taking a snap of an aircraft that at that moment passes by, or if you want to like videograph or live stream airport action where you need a wider variety of things that are going on an airport. All right. I think that's it. Then you know the plans. I kept you up to date. So then I'm gonna delete the live stream for today. The plan for today. I'm gonna head home. I do what I'm gonna do. I pack my suitcases, get my clothes in, t-shirts, maybe a hoodie for on the road. And then I'm gonna see you guys the next time from Atlanta. All right? I would say let's do it. Why Honolulu? No, that's a little bit too far. I can swim, but that's too far, right? God, putting everything on a plane and flying, I don't know how many hours, 11 hours from New York to Honolulu. I was in Honolulu in 1995, where you still could walk to the gate. Imagine that. These were the times. I was having my camera with me and got some Hawaiian DC-10s there. It was really amazing. I even got an MD-90 from Japan Airlines delivery flight in Honolulu. 1995. These were the days. And there's I can't remember what terminal it was, but I was contacting the airport by mail. I sent a letter by mail to the airport of Honolulu from Germany, and they replied back to me like 4 weeks later. This was the time, the good old times, and they said, you know, you don't need a permission, just you can walk up to the gates, and there was also like an open area with no glass. You were able to leave the airport, and it was like a walkway, I think, between two buildings, and I was staying there the whole day taking pictures. No one cared. No police, no questions asked. I was just standing there with my camera and I took pictures and just had a fantastic day at Honolulu. It was fantastic. It was really cool. Today for live streaming, I mean, it would be great because I'm also a little bit into military. So there are F-22s based in Honolulu. Pretty cool. You see some C-17s there. Hickam, Hawaii. All right, this is, I think that's the airbase there. F-22s, C-17s, I think some C-130s. Of course, the ANA, the 380s would be amazing. I think they exclusively fly there between Tokyo and Honolulu with the 380. I think they even have designed their business in first class product just for that destination, for that route. Absolutely sick. So it would be good. It would be good. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. For sure not this year. For with a high chance not next year, but you never know. You never know. Jens is crazy enough to pull off shows from where you would have not expected to do. And Lutz knows me a little bit. We did some crazy shit. We did some crazy stuff. Oops, he said it. Yeah. Don't underestimate that guy here. Can be surprised. It can be surprise visits sometimes. The destinations where you say like, what are you doing here? I thought you were. It can happen. Demi, hello to you. We get to see the man himself. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it was good to to come up on camera. And by the time, it was still raining. Now it stopped raining, but I think I made a decision. Now let's stick to the plan. I keep you guys up to date. Please feel free to sign up to the WhatsApp channel, right? There's a WhatsApp channel where you can look it up. This is called Planes and Friends Live Alert. And I post there all the things that happen or not happen or changes and whatnot, and I might send you guys some updates from the road, right? Maybe I stop somewhere when I see a nice planes, when I see airplanes. When Jens sees airplanes, anything can happen. I can tell you, anything can happen. You end up in an Antonov 12 when you go with Jens somewhere. Been there, done that. And please feel free to sign up to the WhatsApp channel. It's called Planes and Friends Live Alerts. It's not a group, so you have to specifically look for the channel. I think I posted the link in one of the live streams, and there's also a link on YouTube in the community section, a QR code, and this is where you're always up to date about what's going on at Planes and Friends. It's a way quicker way to communicate with you guys. I know it's one way, so we can communicate with each other, but with the channel now has 13,000 subscribers. When this would be a WhatsApp channel, a WhatsApp group, ding 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 ding, this thing would pop up all the time. I think it wouldn't be really good, but it's a one-way, me communicating to you, keep you up to date about what's going on. We also can share pictures, so I can share pictures there with you, and be a little bit more transparent about what's going on, and I can react quicker and things like in terms like things will change. Hubert, hello Hubert, servus. I like Discord. It's harder to use. Yeah, that's another thing, right? Are there any plans for us using other channels? And the answer at the moment is no. I don't plan at the moment to use other channels. I know that there's Twitch out there. Twitch is owned by Amazon. There's Discord out there. But the thing is, I'm busy enough with YouTube, I can tell you. And I want to do one thing 100%, or at least close to 100%. I want to do one thing right, instead of being at 2, 3, 4 channels and just like neglect one. I think I am busy enough with YouTube, so you're gonna see the channel for quite some time moving almost exclusively on YouTube at the moment, because I simply don't have the resources to also cover Twitch, and then you need moderators also for Twitch, and I don't know. Might be a missed opportunity at the moment. Might be, but in the end, I'm a one-man show. I said that before. I'm a one-man show, and I want to do things right. I don't believe in doing 1,000 things and just drop some and don't deliver to some. I'm a man of that keeps his word. So whenever I try to promise, or when I promise you something, I make the world go around to deliver to my promises, right? It's really important for me, and also to deliver a certain quality standard. And for me, it's enough at the moment to deal with YouTube. That's a beast. That's an animal, YouTube. And it's also important that you understand the platform that you were on. That's a very important point. To really understand YouTube, to at least try to understand the algorithm. I think no one out there really understands the algorithm completely to 100%. And every time you think you understand, guess what? The next day, something is coming up where it's giving you, like, you know, a head scratcher. For me, it's important that I understand the platform where I'm on the best way possible. It's really important because I think it's a platform of the future. We will go with YouTube into the future. National TV here is declining. YouTube is climbing. More and more people go towards YouTube, watch their contents there, long form content on their TVs and stuff. So I want to stick with YouTube at the moment. I don't have like any plans to go on Twitch or stream into other channels because when YouTube is going well, when I deliver to YouTube on a higher quality, and when I, you know, deliver to my promises, that's really important for me, and that's why we might stick just with YouTube. All right, wow, we are live for over an hour. There we go. There we go. They change runways at 3 p.m. so people living under the flight path. Is it for JFK? At 3 p.m. would be then anyhow too late for us. Jens, good way regarding the channels. Some spotters seem everywhere. That's not me. That is not me at all. I'm old school, right? I am in my 50s. I'm old school. I was raised in a way where quality is important, where you deliver to your promises is important, and if things change, communicate. This is the way how I was raised, and this is the way how I basically lead Planes and Friends, right? There's a transparency, there's communication going on. The team what we have is a phenomenal team, the team of moderators. I couldn't be more proud and more happy about the team that we have together right now. It's fantastic, and it is important that whatever we do right, and whatever we deliver, right? And the world is crazy enough outside. It's also stressful, but you know what? In the end, I think it's a fantastic opportunity. It's a great chance, and you know, we can be visible to a group that share the same passion with us. But I think it's important, if you do this, if you want to do this seriously, and we are here to stay. We don't go anywhere. We are here to stay. If you deliver to your promises, and I think that's important. The people that trust in you, to give them back what they might expect from you, and the support they give to you. You know that it needs to go both ways. Support needs to go both ways, and then I think it's a good base, it's a good platform for everyone to be happy and to enjoy the content and to enjoy the greatest hobby in the world, what planespotting is. All right, word of man it is. How about television in Germany has become very bad? Yeah, that's I mean, the TV landscape is currently, you know, especially with the new generation that is living on their phones, on their devices, on their tablets, whatever it is, right? TV gets more and more, less and less important, and the other platforms, TikTok, whatever, gets more and more important. Also, not a big fan of TikTok myself, right? I'm not a big fan of TikTok. I know it's important. I know it's a big platform. It's a huge opportunity. My wife is pretty active on TikTok, actually, with her business. But it's a different audience. It's a different audience, and I'm that old school guy, right? YouTube. I love YouTube. I think it's a great opportunity. The audience is there for what we are doing. The audience is there. That's important. There might be also an audience on TikTok. I know that there's an audience on Instagram, so I might have to do a little bit more towards Instagram. But as I said, I'm a one-man show. So when I come home, I have a window of 3, maybe 4 hours before I go back to bed. And I take my sleep very serious, because the next day I need to get up. In the morning, I got up at 6 o'clock here. You know, I was driving you through the rain to come here just to decide to not pull off a show today, right? But That's why I think one platform is enough to work and to be transparent and to deliver you the information, the changes, the updates, to go live, to do all that. I think one platform is okay. All right, I guess that's what it is. And I'm gonna end this live. I'm gonna start up this thing here. I'm gonna head over to Jersey. I'm gonna pack my stuff. And I would say let's say in 2 days, let's shoot for Friday. Let's shoot for Friday. Not sure, maybe I drive straight down to Miami. Let's see how this one goes. But let's shoot for the next show for Friday. If it's Atlanta or if it's Miami, let's see also how the traffic is. But let's go for that. Let's go down to the south. Let's work for longer shows, right? Let's work for longer shows. Maybe we have to split them up into 2. Maybe 1 daylight show, maybe 1 night stream show. But if things go right, I wanna try to put up a night stream, if that's possible. A night stream. I don't want to promise that, but I'm trying to do a night stream, if that makes sense, almost every night. Dinner break in between, because Jens is a big fan of taking time to eat. I love to sit down and I love to have my lunch and my dinner break sitting down. I'm a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of like eating next to something, doing something. But this gives us a chance to be live the day over, and then after dinner to do another night show, right? With completely different traffic. All right, that's the plan. Okay, I would say see you in a few days. See you most likely Friday. Let's shoot for Friday. Let's take the show on the road. Let's go south and let's go I-95. We will miss MROs, but she will be okay. We will be back. And then I would say see you guys in a few days. All right, stay safe. Stay dry, especially when you live here up in the Northeast. Stay dry. Be safe. Have a beautiful Wednesday. Happy hump day today, right? We are halfway through the week. And I'm looking forward to see all of you on a different location. Bye, everybody. Now, how do I turn this whole thing off here? I never did that. I try. See, Jens and tech, sometimes it works. Sometimes I have to see how this one goes. Is it this one here? Yes. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.